here to actually to inform all of you about our proposal. So actually, one of my mates came from the TU program. So she started the initiative of doing turtle conservation because of what she had been experienced in Terengganu. So she wanted to share that knowledge in Malacca, because surprisingly, we just got to know that there is turtle in Malacca. So this is what we came out, which is turtle conservation and community-based ecotourism in Malacca. Why we choose ecotourism? Because 2014 is Visit Malaysia year. Okay, so the program statement that we came up is, due to low awareness among the local communities regarding the conservation in Malacca, especially turtles and environmental issues. Second would be on marine debris, because as we know, turtles, they lay their eggs around the beach side. So it is considered as a nation problem within the region nearby. And then next, to promote ecotourism, we would like to promote similar things like what they have done in Terengganu, implemented in Malacca, and to let ASEAN community to be known among the Malacca people and also throughout Malaysia as well, so that they know that Asian community will be reached within 2015, because not many Malaysians actually know about this ASEAN community, so we want to share it. So our objectives for this project is to raise awareness on turtle conservation, basically on the threats, the habitats, and what we can do. And it will be, we will involve some local universities, school students, and the local community within Malacca, because they are the ones that will continue this program after we finish it. And then the second objective will be to enrich environmental education among youth, because these are the people who actually will carry out this program in future. Next is to introduce ASEAN community upon reaching 2015, and how are we going to achieve it. And lastly, to promote turtle conservation as an ecotourism place, as 2014 is the year to visit Malaysia. So how are we going to the project deliverable? So we would want to develop the next eco-leaders. This would come from the local school students and also local university students. And there will be a continuity programs whereby we would want schools to make the Turtle Information Center as their foster place, so that it will be a continuing program later on. And we would like to do some roadshow on environmental issues surrounding the whole nation, so that people will get to know not only about the Turtle Information Center, but also about AYVP, also about ASEAN community. And lastly, to promote Turtle Information Center as an ecotourism in Malacca, so that foreigners from all over the world, they will know there is such place in Malacca. So this is basically the project schedule, and these are the suggested activities that we are going to do. There will be a big environmental camp, which will consist local university students and school students, whereby we will be giving some awareness talk on environmental and conservation issues. And then we would like them to create scrapbook and turtle craft or stipa materials, so that we could maximize the usage of Turtle Information Centers, so that tourists can come to the place to get information. And then we would like to also promote beach cleanup along the Pantai Padang Kemunting, and then and of course road shows. So community partnership and involvement. So we are going to select a few schools to be the participants of our camp, and also some local university students, because we would want them to be the initiator for this whole program, and also some local authorities within the Malacca state. So these are the possible multi-stakeholders partnerships. So we have selected one of the schools because this school is situated quite nearby to the center. And yeah, the rest of it. And we would like to go into other universities, not only UKM, but also UTEM, which is one of the big campus in Malacca, and also UITM. So not only UKM, we would like to join with others as well. Okay, on the sustainability and multiplier effect, we would hope that after the program, the participants will conduct this activity. What we suggest would be the environmental camp as an annual activity. And then we would also hope that by creating this environmental camp, the stakeholders who see this will think that this is a very good place for them to actually spend their money on, which is on environmental issues. So on the budget, we would seek for funding from private companies and probably from local authorities, and we will give them explanation and an overview about our proposal. And then basically this budget will go more on the camp, environmental camp. Others doesn't cost much, so we calculated, and we need approximately 5,000 ringgit Malaysia only for the budget. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, AYVP Secretariat, distinguished guests, all stakeholders, and ladies and gentlemen, especially all alumni and youth scholar 2030. I'm sorry for the technical mistake, but I'm here. Well, my name is Ratana. On behalf of my team, I'm pleased to present you Youth for Green. Then the question is, what is Youth for Green? Basically, this is our core with Youth for Green. Youth for Green is a green transfer project funded by a group of undergraduate students and professionals who have been selected to join the ASEAN Youth Equality 2030 in Malaysia, hosted by UKM. Youth for Green has aimed to promote waste management and recycling habits through school program, tree planting competition, craft making, mobile collecting centers, and beach cleanup. And basically it is what we have learned from Merseyside, which is one of the coastal community. This is a general overview of our place. Well, our project will be implemented at the Inaugural, which is one of the tourist attraction beach in Cambodia. And as you can see in the pictures, there are two main problems in the place, especially at our site. The first one is there is an annual influx of tourist population growth, so it leads to pollution, and it leads to the the problem of waste, the pollution, which leads to destruction of beauty of coastal beaches. And the second one is the limited of environmental education, which made the unsustainable living and unable to carry out environmental friendly activities, especially on focusing on waste management, environmental awareness, and recycling culture. So 3P has been considered as our objective for Youth for Green. The first one is to promote 3R, to protect green and to promote volunteerism platform. This is our project deliverable. Focusedly, we focus on our activities. So we have 5 main activities. The first one is school education, which we aim to promote and to create 3R concepts in the in the spirits of those children, and we hope that those children will gain knowledge to carry out the environmental activity in the futures. And for the 3 planning, we want to turn people, mind, and soul caring for green growth and healthy community, and we want to develop the community leadership and youth participation in that competition. And our mobile collecting center, we want to to promote trust and well manage trash bin and within the vicinity and recycling method, and we want to promote. The outcome should that it will provide the convenient trust and storage, and the trust will be separated properly for generate the income. Craft making, we want to our objective is to make people that everything can be created, everything can be recycled from a simple newspaper that you read everything, and this craft making knowledge will share and practice among the community, and it pass on generation, and it is one of the income generation for people who in charge of the craft making. And beach cleanup, we want to create a clean beach and well managed trust, and the outcome is that we will see the beach with a nice healthy, clean, and sanity, and it will bring prosperity, economic gain to multi-stakeholders, especially our local people. This is our community partnership and involvement. Our selected participants would be school children, local villagers, students, local authority, friends, and NGO employees. Our targeted group, we want to select 40 children at Ratana Primary School, which is 2 kilometers from the beach that the project will be implemented. And our site coordinator, we aim for directors and head of master, youth, NGO, private sector, selected friends, and others. And the way and method that we can approach them is that we can get the direct contact through the local facilitator and our site coordinator. And I know that the selected participant will join hand with us, because each activity will compromise the outcome and benefit to them, especially the place where they grow up. And this is our multi-stakeholder. They can be, they can give us, finance or non-finance. In finance, they can give us a donation, grant competition, passion sponsorship, or food sponsorship. In terms of non-financing, they can give us human resource, legal policy, suggestion, or experience and support. Well, in order to sustain our project, we have 4 steps. The first one is that we implement our projects. The second one is that we follow up and gather feedback from our appointed facilitator. And the third one is that we will evaluate and audit through our meeting. We have 2 types of meetings. The first one is Youth for Green Committee meeting, which will be held every 2 weeks, and Youth for Green Board of Director meeting will be held every 3 months. And the last one, we will develop a new proposal targeting different type of places which prove the potential community. And the last part of my presentation would be our project. So first of all, our funding resources would be USA Cambodia Vision Fund, my youth associations, and for our government agency, we have Ministry of Environment, Local Authority, and private sector, we have ANZ Royal Bank and Coca-Cola Company. They are those potential partners. I want to summarize that our budget is just $772.5, and it's very small amounts of money in all projects. And idea is important, knowledge is important, our creativity and our innovative is very important. But necessary resources and money is also important. Without the necessary funding and resources, we cannot make it happen. So I mean, we are waiting and we are pleased for those kind individual donors, stakeholders, and organizations that will, committed to help us in this project. And we are waiting for your answer. And thank you so much. Well, for the last part, I just want to tell you that this is our Facebook page, Useful Green, which maybe only 15 days we got more than 638 likes, and 224 people are talking about it. And we have also done a volunteer recruitment through Facebook page, and we got around 25 applicants. And I think it is our progress, and I hope we are doing well. Thank you so much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here I'm Jepri. I'm from Indonesia, and now I would like to present my presentation about Sense of Belonging program. So in now phrasing, what it itself, it is because people have such habit throwing away rubbish everywhere, and it is happening in Surabaya, in my city as well. And the second is people are lack of skills how to recycle the rubbish. So two of them are found in Surabaya. And this kind of two problems makes the influences of the environment is that the river is a lot of rubbish on the river, and the people is just okay, that's rubbish, okay, I just know as a rubbish, and without knowing the awareness, without having the awareness how to solve it, because seems like they don't have the connection between themselves and the environment. So while other people think that, okay, this is good, I know that it is not good, but there is no action to do it, it means that it can be seen that people do not have sense of belonging between themselves and the environment. And that's the point I will concern on. Because of as I told you earlier that people do not have sense belonging between themselves and the environment, my focus on the investing people. Because while others doing in the directing to the people, directing conserving to the environment, but now I concern in investing to the people by doing what to the children, and by education. And this made up the Sense of Belonging program. The program will be run on January 1st to the June 1st, 2014. So it means it's about 6 months. And through the kindergarten and elementary schools in Surabaya, Indonesia. The project will be in the form of environmental resource pack or teaching materials in the 3 forms. The first is environmental teen novel. The second is children's short story handbook, and the third is environmental games card. So it means that here I would like to, because the Indonesian in Surabaya, the environmental resource pack is very useful because it deals with the environmental conservation in the curriculum. 2013, there is the curriculum that for the thematic lesson plan or the syllabus in the teaching math in the kindergarten and elementary schools. So it deals with that. So that's why with that kind of syllabus or lesson plan in the kindergarten and elementary schools, we create a professional teaching materials in the terms of environmental conservation. So that's why I make 3 points. The first is environmental teen novel, children's story handbook, and environmental games card. And it will be created, or it will be put in 1 bag, and it will be produced in 15 bags. So I suggested that environmental resource pack is a bundle of materials that will be used for teaching and learning process in the classroom and outdoor activities as a river, mangrove, and so forth. And the resource pack primarily focuses on the environmental issues in Indonesia and ASEAN, and it is formed in the 3 models of investing of the mindset of saving the environment to the children, teachers, and parents, which are in the form of 3 environmental theme novel, children's story handbook, and environmental games card. And this is the cycles of the partnership of the involvement. So the first is we make a youth environmental club in the university, and it will be produced 15 packs of environmental resource pack. And then we make a mini seminar. We invite 15 teachers, elementary and kindergarten schools in Surabaya to make a spider. It means that we make teachers as spider agents of the change. We focus on that. Teachers as a spider of agents of the change. And afterwards, teacher will implement the resource pack to their school and make such environmental club to their school with the students. And afterwards, the teachers implemented activities both inside and outside the classroom. It means the practical inside and outside, such as the river and the mangrove area and so on. And afterwards, we make such monitoring, whether the objective is achieved or not. And the timelines of the project is January 1st and June 1st, 2014, 6 months. So the activities of the project is the phases of making environmental teen novel, children's story handbook, and environmental games cards. It is the first and second month, so it is running now. And then the second is making mini seminar for kindergarten and elementary schools, and then make such teachers agreement to be the agents of change in the environment through education. And it is on the 3rd month. And the 4th to 6th month is apply the resource pack. So it means that the teachers will apply the resource pack to their schools and make their activities in their schools, and afterwards the teacher gives reports to us. So every week, in the last week, in every month, we monitor and evaluate the teachers' implementation in their schools, whether the implementation is run on or not. And the cooperation is, the first is maintain and develop the project. We cooperate with students of college teacher training and education in Muhammadiyah University of Surabaya in environmental club. And the second is run the project is kindergarten and elementary teachers in Surabaya. And the third is financial support is University Kebangsaan, University Muhammadiyah Surabaya, Muhammadiyah NGO, and Bank Jatim. And spread out the project after we do the project in the schools of in kindergarten and elementary schools in Surabaya. We spread out the project in Indonesian AYVP Delegate 2013. And then one of the projects is My City project from Bambang, and then this is the sponsor, and this one, 2 of these, the project is such a puppet for the actually stories to learning environment, and this kind of the hand puppet for them to teach the environmental awareness to the children. And this is the sustainability and multiplier effects. There will be 1 environmental club in the university, and there will be 1 environmental club in the kindergarten and elementary schools managed by teachers. And this is the effect. And this is the budget of us. The research pack, an environmental seminar, outdoor activities, and the total is this. And this is the Surabaya, Jakarta, and My City project. And thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.